Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are fine and staying safe and happy. I am your science teacher, Ms. Farheen, and I welcome you all to your science class. My dear students, as you know that we are on chapter number 1, characteristics and life processes of organisms, and today I will deliver its 6th lecture, and you will be able to differentiate between flowering and non-flowering plants. So let's quickly look at today's student learning outcome, that by the end of today's lecture, all the students will be able to classify in terms of flowering and non-flowering with examples and analyze the differences. Today we will talk about the differences in flowering and non-flowering plants. We have already discussed about the similarities in flowering and non-flowering plants. And today we will talk about the differences. कि क्या differences have flowering or non-flowering plants. These are the main two classifications of plant group. ठीक है? So my dear students, let's quickly recap what we did in the previous class. So quickly, how are these two plants similar in features? Here you can see two plants. Both are plants. Both have green leaves. Both are autotrophs. Both need water, air, and sunlight. And the other thing is both can reproduce. These are some similarities among flowering and non-flowering plants. So my dear students, today tell some differences between these two plants. अब यहाँ पे दो plants हैं, इनके differences आप मुझे बताएं. Flowers absent, flower pleasant. That is a big tree. That is smaller in size, and the leaf structure is also different. They have needle-like leaves and they have broader leaves. So these are some visible differences in flowering and non-flowering plants. So my dear students, let's quickly look at the Islamic perspective. It is He who has made for you the earth as a bed and inserted therein for you broad ways and sent down from the sky rain and produced thereby categories of various plants. So my dear students, Allah Ta'ala ने बेशुमार नेमतें आपके लिए दुनिया में भेजी हैं क्योंकि अल्लाह ताला ने ज़मीन को हमारा हैबिटेट बनाया है. So my dear students, अल्लाह ताला ने यहाँ पे various categories के plants जो हैं वो grow किए हैं. आसमान से बारिश आती है जो कि इनको nurture करती है, nourish करती है. So my dear students, let's move forward. Today's lesson is about, we are going to explore the differences between flowering and non-flowering plants. तो आज हमने differences पढ़ने हैं flowering और non-flowering plants के. So my dear students, quickly open the page comparison between flowering and non-flowering plants in chapter number 1. Pause the video and open the page. I hope everybody has opened the page. So my dear students, let's quickly read it out. Comparison between flowering and non-flowering plants, flowering plants, and on the other side, non-flowering plants. And every time there are similarities or differences, we draw a line in between. They produce flowers. Now, that means flowering plants produce flowers. They produce spores and do not produce flowers. Now, they do not produce flowers and they produce spores. All flowering plants produce seeds inside a protective shell called seed coat. अब जितने भी फ्लावरिंग प्लांट्स हैं वो प्रोटेक्टिव सीड कोट के अंदर जो है वो सीड्स प्रोड्यूस करते हैं. इफ यू विल हैव अ लुक एट द एप्पल यू जस्ट एट टुडे, लुक एट इट्स सीड्स, इट इज इनसाइड अ सीड कोट जो ब्राउन कलर का आपको नजर आता है. सो दैट इज द प्रोटेक्टिव सीड कोट. वेयर एज इन नॉन फ्लावरिंग प्लांट्स, सम नॉन फ्लावरिंग प्लांट्स प्रोड्यूस सीड्स, और जो उनके सीड्स होते हैं दे आर नेकेड, दैट मीन्स दे हैव नो कवर ऑन देम. Flowering plants have great diversity of features. अब जो flowering plants हैं इनकी जो they are extremely diverse groups और इनके बहुत ही different features, behaviors जो हैं वो इनमें present होते हैं. Non-flowering plants show less diversity of features. अब ये जो है इनके अंदर diversity इतनी ज़्यादा नहीं है और इनकी habits और behaviors जो हैं वो भी इतने ज़्यादा नहीं है जितने के flowering plants में होते हैं. So my dear students, here difference between flowering and non-flowering plants. On the one side there are non-flowering and on the other side there are flowering plants. So non-flowering plants जो हैं आपको यहाँ पे नजर आ रहे हैं, ये seeds हैं. ये कोन होती है, पाइन कोन है जिसके अंदर seeds grow करते हैं और इसके seeds naked होते हैं. That means they do not have a seed coat on them. Whereas the seeds of flowering plants, they have protective seed coat on them. I'll just show you a bean seed जो कि मेरे पास यहाँ पड़ा हुआ है. और अगर आप इसको देखें तो इसके अंदर जो है वो इसके ऊपर प्रोटेक्टिव कोट होता है, इसके ऊपर जो रेड कलर का आपको नजर आता है, दिस इज द प्रोटेक्टिव कोट। और इसके अंदर से अगर इफ यू विल पील इट ऑफ तो यू विल सी अ वाइट सीड, तो दैट इज द नेकेड सीड, और उसके ऊपर ये प्रोटेक्टिव कोटिंग है, दिस इज कॉल्ड द सीड कोट। सो दिस सीड कोट इज प्रेजेंट इन फ्लावरिंग प्लांट्स वेयर एज इट इज एब्सेंट इन नॉन फ्लावरिंग प्लांट्स। सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट difference. And this is again, you can see the protective seed coat. So again, no seed coat in non-flowering plants. They produce spores, they produce seeds, they do not produce flowers, they produce flowers. So these are some major differences among flowering and non-flowering plants. So now it's time for an activity. आप इसको टीचर्स जो है वो नेक्स्ट डे पे भी कन्वर्ट जो है वो कंडक्ट करा सकते हैं, और यू कैन गिव इट फॉर द होमवर्क, or you can conduct it on the same day. Okay, it's up to you how feasible it is for you. So project number 3, observe plants from your surrounding area, home, street, nearby garden, park, school, etc. Study their following characteristics and record them in the given table. So अब आपको for this you need a tour around your school or your home, और वहाँ से आपने कुछ जो plants हैं in your locality आपने उनको select करना है, उनकी लोकेशन, हैबिटेट, फ्लावरिंग और नॉन फ्लावरिंग यूनिक फीचर के बिना पर आपने उनको कैटेगराइज करना है। ठीक है, यहाँ पर आप यू विल राइट डाउन द प्लांट नेम, वेयर डिड यू फाइंड इट, वेदर इट वाज फ्लावरिंग और नॉन फ्लावरिंग, एंड एनी यूनिक फीचर दैट यू फाइंड इन इट. ओके, you will write down it accordingly. Draw the table in your notebook and complete it. Okay, first you have done with the recordings, आपने record कर लिया सब कुछ, उसके बाद ये टेबल आप अपनी नोटबुक में ड्रॉ करेंगे नीटली, एंड देन यू विल फिल इट. So my dear students, what we have learned today is flowering plants have flowers, whereas non-flowering plants do not have flowers. Flowering plants have covered seeds while some of non-flowering plants have seeds which are naked. So my dear students, this is your evaluation worksheet. You can simply download it from the description box below this video, or you can get it in print form. By the way, this is an activity. Differentiate between flowering and non-flowering plants. आपको क्या करना है, आपको अपने घर से कोई भी चीज़ें ऐसी कलेक्ट करनी है जो कि आपके कुछ सीड लगें, कुछ फ्लावर्स लगें, कोई भी आप चीज़ कलेक्ट कर सकते हैं, स्टेम, लीव्स एंड रूट्स, और फिर आपको पूरा एक प्लांट जो है वो उनसे क्रिएट करना है. जैसे कि यहाँ पे इन्होंने स्ट्रॉबेरी से फ्लावर बनाया, फिर एक वो बनाया, लीव्स बनाए, इस तरीके से गाजर से उन्होंने रूट्स बनाए हुए. सो दैट इज हाउ यू विल मेक 2 different types of plants. एक जो है वो फ्लावरिंग लगना चाहिए और दूसरा जो है वो नॉन फ्लावरिंग लगना चाहिए. इससे आपको ये पता चलेगा कि आपने कितना समझा है कि हाउ डू फ्लावरिंग प्लांट्स लुक एंड हाउ डू नॉन फ्लावरिंग प्लांट्स लुक. ओके, सो डू इट at your homework. You will thoroughly enjoy this activity. Now is pause the video and do it at your homes, or if you can do it in the class, you can do it. I hope everybody has done it. So my dear students, another worksheet, you can also download it from the description box or get it in print form by your teacher. Write down your name and your roll number, and there are different types of plants with their names written underneath them. What you need to do is you need to categorize them into flowering and non-flowering plants. The ones which are flowering, write them into this column, and ones which are non-flowering, write them in non-flowering section. Then the next question is write flowering or non-flowering. Again, there are some pictures given here. You will write underneath them whether it belongs to the flowering group or the non-flowering group. It's extremely easy. Now you can quickly do this worksheet. Pause the video and complete it. I hope everybody has finished it. So my dear students, now is the time for your homework. Quickly note it down. Solve MCQ 5 from section A of the exercise. Solve question number 3 from section B of the exercise. So my dear students, pause the video and note down the homework. I hope everybody has done it. So my dear students, I hope you have thoroughly enjoyed the differences among flowering and non-flowering plant. You can clearly now able to differentiate between the 2 groups. Keep everybody around you safe. Have a good day. Thank you so much, and Allah Hafiz.